eaten it all forever. What are they? They're James. They're Thomas Knickers.
Knick-knicks.
Knick-knicks.
These knick-knicks. Who's that? Is that Duke? Oh, there he is. You can see the little train. Little Duke. Oh. Thomas that's a bag we got him. Thomas bag. It's got Velcro and fluffy stuff on it. It's really nice. With his little set on the floor. There we go. Oh, who's this?
Thomas the Blooming Tank Engine, the iconic, colourful locomotive that delivers on transport and having a face of pure charm and devilish nature. Thomas made his debut in the Railway series around the 1940s, a series of books that showcased trains with faces and wonderful characters that gave a fresh coat of paint. And then came Britt Allcroft, who had the bright idea to turn these beloved characters into a television series, and what came forth in 1984 onward was short episodes of Thomas and his friends' adventures in Sodor. They'd be narrated by the likes of Ringo Starr, George Carlin, and Michael Angelis. Kids around the world loved the episodes, it had an iconic theme tune, and the Blue Engine has been chugging along to this day, replacing models with CGI. I positively remember growing up with Thomas the Tank Engine. I collected a bunch of the small toy trains, I would watch the videotapes numerous times, I'd even eat those Thomas the Tank Engine fruit bars. Do you remember those? I remember those, but you probably don't. And I would play this gigantic Thomas the Tank Engine board game that came with multiple pages of boards that you can play with your friends, but I played it by myself because that was more fun that way. And I would win all the time. But aside from that, there was also Thomas the Tank Engine movie, Thomas and the Magic Railroad with Alec Baldwin, and Thomas was in a total of like 3 to 4 scenes, so why call it Thomas the Tank Engine? And not to forget, there was also a bad iToy game that was made by Blast. Yuck. It deserves that. But we're gonna throw nostalgia all aside and we're gonna take a fresh coat of paint look at Thomas and Friends, Hero of the Rails on the Wii. Thomas and Friends Hero of the Rails was developed by Silver Ball Studios, who made Nintendo-themed pinball games like Mario and Metroid Prime, and was published by Barnstorm Games. It released not only on the Wii, but the DS as well, both coming out on the 20th of August 2010. I only have the Wii copy, so I can't give you a deep analysis on the DS version, like you wanted that anyway. The main menu pops up and then this annoying song fades into my existence and already I want it to shut up. Go, go, Thomas, Thomas, number one. Yes, very invigorating. There he is though, moving below the screen, trying to avoid contact with the player, I presume. He has work to do. Anyway, there are 3 choices to choose from. There's story mode, a minigame selection which I guess has them all scattered within the story, and karaoke. You remember those sing-alongs from the old Thomas musical VHS tapes or DVDs? Well, the steam cloud is puffing along the words in this karaoke video and it's bringing back all those wonderful memories, trying to sing atrociously about Henry the Green Engine. Henry the Octopus. No, please, for the love of fruit salad, don't bring that up. So yeah, steam clouds going across words is nostalgic, okay? It's not done well here, it's rather lazy. I remember the puff had fast and fun energy to it. It'd make its way across the screen in words so swiftly, and the words would be highlighted as well. Here, the puff has massive slowdown and is completely unacceptable. And I just realized that I've been talking for a goddamn while about a singular puff cloud. Yeah, this is why we're gonna remove nostalgia from the picture. See that nostalgia? Yeah, bye-bye, goodbye, see you later. Entering the story mode, there exists 8 chapters. It's either going to be a very long game, or each chapter lasts as long as a tic-tac-toe match whilst eating a tic-tac on tippy toes whilst tipsy. You wouldn't do that, so very short is the small term. Just like the karaoke, the game has cutscenes that are stripped from the movie, and I don't mind that if it works well for the gameplay itself, like the Emperor's New Groove game for PS1. It's just surreal that we're watching something that is in 16:9 aspect ratio on a 4:3 aspect ratio. I've seen Wii games go into widescreen, it's not impossible, but I guess this is the cheapest chips route. So the story is that this locomotive named Spencer is a douche and doesn't like Thomas. Thomas does a job and it goes haywire. He finds a train known as Hero stuck in a forest, missing parts and in need of a fresh coat of paint, and Thomas supplies him with extra parts and tries to get Hero out of there without the Fat Controller, while Spencer knowing otherwise, Hero will be sent away for scraps. There's other things that occur, but that's the simple summary, and that's what you're getting, my friend. The narrator does a fine job telling the story and telling the player how to play the game, and he asks you every time if you can help Thomas and friends with certain objectives. You feel included, and for toddlers that's exciting. I do miss Ringo Starr though. Oh no, I'm not going to get nostalgic again. Stop it, James, stop it. You want to see what the main game sections are like?
Go! Use the Wii remote to make the engine go fast. Pull down on the Wii remote to blow the whistle.
Yep, that was gameplay alright. Waggling the Wii remote to get Thomas chugging along the rails, traversing across the scenery with the camera changing every time you pass the screen. Reminds me of Resident Evil if I'm honest. I mean, what was I to expect when I was playing as Thomas? A railroad simulator? You can't change lanes, you chug along and sometimes toot the whistle. That's about it. It will be perceived as an illusion from the developers as they change the mission variety, like racing against Spencer and playing as other characters. But no, this is all you get with these sections. Boring, uninteresting, and nothing to really talk about. The controls require no effort, and the scenery is nice in its low quality, but you could play other games that give you more in the visual department. Back to the story, after Thomas gets filthy, he finds Hero, the main plot device, and now you have to help him. This leads to a cleaning minigame for Thomas. It's very simple and easy, as you only have to point the Wii remote at the sensor and you'll be scrubbing and washing Thomas to pure cleanliness. They are very similar to the cleaning minigames in the iToy game, but here you get 3D models with faces that will move their eyes about to wherever you point, but the funniest aspect is when you wash Thomas's face. He'll spark a shocked expression. Whether you're scrubbing, hosing or drying, he'll share that face. So, would you call the dryer to the face a blowjob? And the chapter suddenly ends. Yes, we're in for a short experience, friendo. And you know what is actually sad? 75% of the game is the cutscenes and the rest is compiled into minigames and travelling/racing. I think I find the shortest games on the entire planet. Captain Scarlet, the Flintstones Bedrock Bowling, Paddington Bear, Shrek Treasure Hunt, and now this? I know that I said about how a bad game that's short is better than a long bad game, but I still pay money for these. The next minigame is putting parts onto Hero. You grab the part and lock it into its obvious spot. That's it. At least you are rewarded with its wonderful face. Should make that the new wallpaper for all the kids from the block. It's delivery time and now we get to play as another character, which changes the variety by a long shot. We definitely needed a new way of play and that isn't given to us at all. Percy wasn't gonna give us that. What was I thinking? You know what? Out of all the music in this game, this Caribbean-esque version of the Thomas and Friends' soundtrack is nice enough. The rest is pretty bad with nothing to give you aside from a song that will get stuck in your head in the worst possible way. Catchy and annoying. Thanks. Another minigame ensues, and this time we have to put the coloured parts into the right boxes. You have red, green and blue. RGB, hell yeah, love that. What's not so hell yeah is these two. Iconic characters of the series staring at us, looking at every decision we make, smiling for each part we insert right, and frowning for a wrong choice. It's honestly very creepy. Can't I do this all in privacy? It's not fair if that's the case. A video game player is entitled to some privacy playing minigames at the very least. We help Percy go fast next, and 20 seconds later we're into another cutscene leading to a minigame where you shunt a carriage of coal into this green spot. You waggle the remote to pick up the pace and stop at the line. Doesn't need a smidge of effort, it's like shot put or javelin for trains. The next minigame is a game of Snap, no joke. Wait when you see the two of the same card and you press the A button to snap. I've never been so tired of these kind of minigames in video games. I've played enough games with Simon Says Quest that I actually reviewed all the Simon Says electronics. You remember that? Probably not. But what next? A memory card game? Now you get to play as Spencer, the almighty bad guy of the story, and what happens is that you give him a new coat of paint after he gets ruffled up by coal. It's the same as giving the trains a wash, but the model is outside and looking the other way. I love my variety in different environments. The faces are still hilarious though. Afterwards you move him to find Thomas, and once you do, you are challenged to a game. Not just any game. A memory card game. I don't know what to say about this. This and Snap have nothing in relation to the game itself. We're moving on. Now, we're finally getting to play as one of my favourite characters in the show, being James. Speaking of James, did you know that my full name is 3 Thomas the Tank Engine characters? James, Thomas, Kelly. Fascinating, huh? You sometimes had the best episode from what I remember, the most iconic one being the Buzz episode where James gets his nose stung by a bee. It's so simple, but it definitely tells what James is as a character. But you know what my favourite episode of Thomas is? I'd say it would be either Rusty in the boulder or Duncan gets spooked. Rusty is an intense situation as a boulder rolls down the railway, almost squashing him, and with Duncan gets spooked, it holds a wonderful moment of eerie atmosphere with a foggy bridge and a full moon. And then we get to play more Snap. Great. Afterwards, no, I didn't talk about anything nostalgic, we're pressing on like I said. Hero and Thomas go for a test run and it's the same. Hero's whistle tone is pretty cool. Spencer tries to blackmail Thomas, or I at least wish that he did. He just says that he is going to tell the Fat Controller of what Thomas has done, even though the Fat Controller is going to be nice about it because he has full faith in Thomas. Spencer is nothing but a rotten spoiler. There's a race with George. Who cares? The Fat Controller tells Spencer off for racing. And then there's another carriage shunt. And did I just get it in the exact same place as last time? Whoa, that's very suspicious. You know what's nice? This lighthouse shot. Too bad it's in 4:3 aspect ratio. Then after that, there's another race against Spencer, who obviously didn't learn his lesson and gets stuck on the bridge and is most likely to sink. Good riddance. After that, you find parts for Hero, and it's the same one from ages ago. You get a creepy face once completed, so that's rewarding, I guess. You make your way there, and then a cutscene shows him saving Spencer. Why couldn't we help Spencer out? That could have at least made an exciting minigame. Instead, we have to wash him. But hey, afterwards, Spencer says sorry and wants to become Thomas's friend. That's very sweet at the very least. Bully to friend. For the last chapter, Hero's to be sent home, and the reward for Thomas is a new coat of paint. So you know what that means? A bar mitzvah where Thomas smashes a glass and he gets with Hero at the end of the story because he doesn't want him to leave, because he loves him deeply and doesn't want me to be suckered into another coating minigame. But Hero declines the offer because his job is more important, and that's the way it should be. You go, bro, no engine needs to be a full-fledged relationship, your occupation does. The last thing you do is play as Hero travelling around Sodor for a solid 40 seconds. It's a beautiful segment that I wish lasted longer. If it did, I believe it would top the ending of Metal Gear Solid 4. I can't believe I said that. The whistle is still awesome though. Then a cutscene shows Thomas and Hero's bonding relationship come to a close, and as it does, the game takes you back to the menu screen. No credits, no nothing. Just annoying song 101, and a realization you paid $20 for a 20-minute game, technically 5 to 10 minutes, excluding cutscenes and karaoke. Thomas and Friends Hero of the Rails on the Wii is not worth your time nor your money, and I recommend watching the old or maybe even the newer episodes of the show itself. I think that you, the viewer, if you like Thomas the Tank Engine, should buy a 50-cent VHS copy that has got 60 minutes worth of episodes and is worth more than what is contained in this package. If you bought this at a full retail price, say like $90 Australian, then that's not even worth it. That's pointless. You could have just gotten the whole entire Thomas the Tank Engine collection in your hand. And what I'm holding in my hand isn't even worth 20 below. Like $1 is risking it for your wallet. Anyway, my name is James, this is my game, and I'll bid you adieu. Bye bye.
Someone change the station, please. I can't stand this dreadful bollocks.
Oh, but Dad, come on. It's my favourite show. Can we watch something we like for once?
I don't really give two hoots if it's your favourite show, son. It hasn't been past the first act yet. It's boring the hell out of me. It's complete garbage is what I say. Change it now.
Mum, can you
Do what your mom says, Charles.
Fine.
Yeah, you sit down, look at something. And they're like, where'd it go? Yeah, James, it's like, go. Where'd it go?
What?
You know what I hate about that thing there?
What?
The road between it.
Yes.
That's fucking annoying. What's so climb that? I just want to climb it about that.
Oh, dear lord.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to James's recording. Like, here in California right now. Not really. I know, it's just, ladies and gentlemen, this is the day in California. We've never seen fog in our lives. It's pretty much because the lens is because I didn't want to eat it. I got a red bone. I should couple it off because the fucking spaceship thing. No, she just goes with that. No, it's fresh normal potion, 50 health, fresh water, 100. That's so
That's it!